Hi, I'm Matt Haggis-Burridge. I'm the Professor of Creative and Entertainment Games at Brady University of Applied Sciences. Been here since about 2010. I started off as a game design lecturer. Before that I was a professional game designer and writer. A game I made a couple of years ago is called Fragments of Him. Started off as a game jam, really kind of trying to challenge how games could tell stories and the things that we could do with interaction. And it really blossomed out to be a game that has moved thousands of people. We have had messages from all over the world about how it made people cry. I've given talks in major conferences, trying to spread the word about something interesting and explorative that could be done with video games. So Cradle is a team of people from the industry and from our graduates who work together to make the games that can basically test the theories that we have. They test the production questions that we have. They're programmers, they're artists, they're designers, and together they answer the research questions for us. Fragments of Him wasn't made with Cradle, but Cradle can be used for these kind of productions. What we're trying to do with the Cradle team is really find ways to push our understanding of what video games can really do. Fragments of Him was an external project, but there's no reason we can't do that inside this company, inside this team, to try and make things that will inspire the games industry to do something more creative, more adventurous, and hopefully more fulfilling for players. The Creative Lab can do many different projects. We work on a lot of different things here. And one of the recent examples that jumps out to me is the Dancer Awakens. This was a collaboration between IMM, IGAD, we had the Creative Lab involved with that, and we had the Cradle team working on it as well. The Dancer Awakens is a short movie made with augmented reality, and it was the first augmented reality short movie to be submitted to an international film festival. So a really great example of how people can come together to make something innovative within this kind of university setting. When we're going to start something in Cradle, we usually start off with an idea for a project. Quite often this is involved with either what we call second party or third party funding. Second party is usually a government organisation or a grant. And third party is usually a company or a private individual who wants to work with us. We look at what they need, what their kind of project goals are, and we try to find ways to make that into reality. We work as a team together, we consult with the people inside Cradle, we consult with our specialist lecturers, and we try and find out ways that come into reality. We then move into development where we actually make the software, we install metrics and testing systems to track, to see how people play, how people interact with it, to make sure that we're getting the results that we want to find out about. Towards the end, we obviously start analysing those results. We try to share them with the world as much as we possibly can. Of course, sometimes this can only be done straight with the client themselves. But we make sure that that stuff really results in meaningful answers for the client and hopefully for the wider community. We don't just do applied work, we don't just create games, we also study them and think about them in theory as well. One example of this is the taxonomy of keys. To really try and summarise this in a very short way, it's about understanding how we unlock content in game systems. And in fact, even clicking on this video is a form of interaction with the digital entertainment system. By watching this, by sitting there and consuming this, you've actually made a choice in itself. You've interacted with the system in a way which has changed part of your entire life. Taxonomy of keys, it's about understanding games, but it's also about understanding how we interact with the digital world around us. So I think in the future I would really like it if Cradle were really engaging with the content, the creation and the culture of the entertainment and artistic video game industry. We all know that games can teach us, that games can be used for training, but I really want to get us involved more with the entertainment industry, working to find solutions for the games that are played by millions of people all over the world.